Thailand have freed the weed one day by another. Totally, completely free. There's not even a legalization. They just remove it from the narcotic list. So automatically it has become the same of tomatoes, like legal, 100%. They did this without any rules or any law. Now maybe they will change, but when that is happening, it was just freed. One day by another, they freed also the prison.
Cannabis Common Sense, the show that tells the truth about marijuana and the politics behind its prohibition.
Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Cannabis Common Sense. We have a fascinating show for you today. We have a couple of guests that are in northeastern Thailand, Prempavee and Lorenzo at the with the first Ganja Cup and .com is their website. So we'll be talking about their journey with cannabis. But first, as we always do, we will bring on our infamous dancing cannabis leaves.
I feel the force.
There they are, leaf to leaf. So if you or a loved one are looking for help finding a doctor who can help you get a medical marijuana permit anywhere in the United States, give us a call at 503-235-4606. It's 503-235-4606. So without any further delay, here is our interview, and keep working to restore hemp. Thank you. Welcome to Cannabis Common Sense. I'd like to introduce Prempavee and her husband Lorenzo, who are in Thailand and organized the Ganja Cup in Thailand and have Prempavee Farms. And so you concentrate on growing organic cannabis there in Thailand?
Yes, we grow only organic outdoor.
Me too. I prefer organic and I prefer outdoor. I think it's better myself. So our friend Mike Bafari in Argentina introduced us. I guess you had an event in Ohio last year, and he must have met you there, I am guessing.
Yes.
Yes. We had the tournament of the first Ganja Cup in Ohio, the tournament for the USA, because we have this Ganja Cup that is worldwide, and so she have tournament in many countries. Last edition she had 4 countries: Japan, Thailand, USA, and Mexico.
I see. So
Yes.
Tell us how you came to the cannabis space, how you came to start Prempavee Farms and then start the Ganja Cup.
From the beginning,
Yeah.
we get one email from Cannabis Cup from Phuket.
Now, this is the beginning of the cup, but how you begin to grow ganja?
How to begin? Because this the first year I get the news from Thailand. We can grow gansha. From last year, that day we start to learn about how to grow gansha, and we learn from Stain Hunter video or movie. From everybody who famous, we learn.
So the folks from Greenhouse in Amsterdam, the strain hunters, they came and visited you there?
Yes, the Thailand have freed the weed one day by another.
Yeah.
Totally, completely free. There's not even a legalization. They just remove it from the narcotic list. So automatically it has become the same of tomatoes, like legal, 100%. They did this without any rules or any law. Now maybe they will change, but when that is happening, it was just freed. One day by another, they freed also the prisoners.
What year was
The
that?
second day.
I was there about
Was
4
9 of June of 2022. I remember almost better than my own birthday. It's like it was emotionally an important day for many of us that we was here, because it was like nobody can believe was happening, you know.
Right.
Thailand was quite strict before.
Yeah, you
And
could be in some cases executed. I know in Malaysia they still do execute people for comparatively small parts.
In Thailand, there was not applied the execution for cannabis, but was there.
Yeah. So
Was never it's never happened, but yeah, it was heavy.
it was possible.
You can get 15 years for with 1 gram or 2.
That's crazy.
Before.
That's crazy. So it went from 15 years for 1 or 2 grams to completely legal with no regulations in 2022.
Yes.
I was there
One day by another.
in 2022 for the Asia Hemp Expo there in Bangkok. And that was quite an event, huge event. We got to go stay in Ben Dronker's house in other town south of Bangkok. I forget its name. I know it starts with a P. It's a big tourist town. Yeah, Pattaya. That's it. Yeah, Pattaya. Yeah. So we spent a few days there. But I noticed there were a lot of cannabis stores, but they looked like they had very high prices and catered mainly to foreigners. Do people go to those cannabis stores if they're from Thailand?
Well, you have to consider that when they open immediately, it was a little bit a strange phenomenon. It was not like later has adjusted differently, but in the very beginning they opened so many shops, and most there was just trying to sell illegally imported carry
A
bags
lot of
to the
American
tourists.
cannabis was there.
Yes, and the most there was just that, and then it was of course also some of the ones that was in the black market that was already ready, and they also opened some shop that probably there was the better one, and then was everybody who like Prempavee who was not growing or selling cannabis before the legalization, that they actually needed an extra year to be ready with the first harvest.
Of course.
Because
doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah, it's like.
So tell us how the legalization of cannabis came about in Thailand. What prompted this change from totally illegal to becoming legal overnight? Was it a royal edict from the Thai royal family?
I don't think from Thai royal family.
How did it become legal? You know?
Because we have a group. Them one make prime minister. No one make prime minister. They make this business for him win for next.
It was the central part of the election campaign of the prime minister of Thailand. That actually he won the campaign thanks to this legalization of the cannabis, and it was also on the following of the COVID emergency crisis,
right?
Because actually he did this act one day by another, strong of the emergency rules of the COVID, because he basically the claim was that we have one emergency like the COVID, for example, and we cannot use Thai medicine because there are some herbs and plants that are blocked even for research because of the yellow list of the war on drugs, of the narcotic list that is imposed mostly to all the countries of the world, no? And so the point was this, that to recognize that plants and mushroom are not drugs, and so because they are living beings, so there is a different category. They are not drugs. The drugs should be like an inanimated object made human made, and the plants are not inside that definition. And so strong of this point, he just removed from this list, and he told to all the farmers and let's say that with ganja was some potential beneficial to make everybody rich, especially from the areas that are not rich of Thailand. And with this point, he absolutely won the election. Everybody loved him, and that was the beginning. Of course, the king, I think, had to sign.
Yes.
But
because that time the army him make prime minister maybe 8 years that time, before Anutin.
Yes.
Or before Ung.
And even if you look at like for people like us, I look at like it changed by one day by another. The truth is that in 2018 it was already almost legalized the medical use, and the activist of Thailand that was very strong since then, with many action and so it worked. It was like this combo of circumstances that it worked.
I see. So how is it working out for your farm? Do you sell to people that come to your farm, or do you sell to local stores, or do you have stores?
Yes, we have local people few every day, maybe 1, 2, 3 every day. But someday we have tourists. They come.
Prempavee has a small shop in her own farm, and the people can visit, and they can buy the flower from her.
So how far is this from the Bangkok area?
If you find 1 hour, if you come to my farm from bus station, 8 hours to travel.
800 kilometers.
Oh, okay, 800 kilometers. So that's quite
to
a
the
trip.
northeast.
You want to fly out of Bangkok then to get nearby. So what is another tourist area? Phuket, that's an island, right? I'm not that familiar with
Phuket.
Thai geography. So you down in the southern part of Thailand or in the northern part of Thailand?
No, it's northeast of Thailand.
Northeast of Thailand.
Isan. It's not a touristic area. It's actually it was famous for ganja. It's a quite remote and hidden area. When I arrived there in the beginning, I remember even Google Map.
When was that? When did you
was
arrive?
not working.
When did you arrive?
About 5 years ago.
Okay.
About 5 years ago. It was 6. It was not even Google Map working. Most of the road there was not even listed. Now it's changed. Now it's more updated, but at the time was still kind of hidden. And this why also was remained a little bit famous as an area of production, even it wasn't illegal, but they never completely stopped. But it was very hidden. Nobody knew who there was.
Right.
Of course.
That's why the strain hunters were there. The folks at the greenhouse have produced these strain hunter videos where they go to various areas all over the world and film the local cannabis scene, and they like to take their genetics back and sell them at their dispensaries in Amsterdam. But
yes,
I met them several times. We shared a panel in Spain back in, it was 20, you're old when you get the wrong millennium, wrong century. 2016, I believe it was, or no, maybe before that. It was 2014 when I met them for the first time. Then I saw both of the folks in Colombia at an event in South America just before they went to Africa. And one of them, Franco Loja, he passed away after contracting malaria there in the Congo. But who were the people who came and visited you there? You remember?
to visit
Arjun.
Yeah, we had all the team of
Him send his staff come only one from the first day. Him want to make a new movie.
yeah before the whole troop he sent some of his people from his staff to come to see some field.
Yes.
If we
Later him come to
later he come before also alone one time, then he come again with his staff, and then come with all the troop.
I see. What year was that?
It was 2024, huh? I think 2023 they start to
So
come
cannabis
to visit, but
It was already
24 we
legal.
make the
It was
documentary.
already legal then.
Was legal, yes, was legal since 2022.
So how did you come to
Everybody was growing. It was like, especially in the Prempavee area, it was like ganja everywhere, like literally.
uh-huh.
Literally.
Him very lucky because that year when him arrived to make movie, this village everybody grow every house.
Now it's not anymore like that because
Yes,
they
after
didn't sell.
next year after that nobody go like that, only maybe five.
Yeah, it has decreased a lot considerably. There's still a lot in that specific area, but before it was like everybody, everywhere,
Right.
ganja everywhere.
Well, we had that happen.
The government was giving plant for free, even it was like.
We had that happen when they legalized hemp. People were growing hemp everywhere, but people did not know how to harvest it, and people did not know how to cure it, and people certainly didn't know how to sell it. And so it crashed the next year. I think that happens everywhere when legalization first happens. People think, oh, I'm going to make a lot of money.
I'm going to be rich.
You don't make a lot of money, right?
They only grow later, cannot do anything.
Right. But your farm has continued. What's been the secret of your success?
What is the secret of your success? Because why you didn't shoot down? Everybody shoot down, and why you still here?
I think because we don't go only Falang Ganja, we go Lelet and for protect land race, But other country they don't have Lelet.
No, but what is the secret of your success of Prempavee Farm? Why Prempavee Farm survive?
Organic.
And can make good can survive. Why you survive?
I think also we don't grow only Ganja, we make Ganja.
I think is because we studied very heavy. Prempavee the first year she was like how I can say them. I don't know how to say it, but we have visited all like everybody who was growing ganja in the 200-kilometer range. We have been visiting them. And she was study day and night from internet, video, but like I don't know, like somebody who have to give the thesis in the final thesis in the university. She was like really.
Yes, we go visit university and shop around my area or farm, also Pattaya, Bangkok, and Chiang Mai.
We went to visit really so many people.
Also Phuket.
Right.
And then we also experimented a lot.
How so?
We the first year we was planting not for the harvest. We was planting like experimental way. Every week, every 10 days, we put outside 20-50 plants. And even if it was not the right moment, if even we was sure they was going to die because maybe too rain, or we did to learn the season.
Rain really strong.
And after 1 year that we did that, we start to get a little bit the season. We did four season, and the third year we did only 1 season, but it went well.
It was the right one. So.
And also I think the success is because we started poor.
Uh-huh.
We didn't have money to invest, because at the beginning we also studying all this stuff on internet. We want to buy the greenhouse, make like a light deprivation, all the technology we want to buy, but later we have no money, and we just was just popping seed and put them outside in the field, like basic like that. And But on those 2-3 years, we have seen everybody who started with a lot of money and small knowledge, they all failed. They all lose all the money. And we survived because we didn't lose the money. We just lose the time that we have needed to learn. And yeah, we was poor. This I think this was the reason of success.
Yes.
Of Prempavee.
Somebody they have 100 greenhouse.
Yeah, some people that was very rich, they went very big.
Yes, them lost.
They lost
They
everything.
lost it. Well, that happens if they don't know what they're doing. There's no doubt you've got to have a market. If you're going to sell something, you're going to have a buyer. And so how did you solve that problem in the long term? Do you sell your product in these other cities like Phuket and Pattaya and Bangkok, or do you just mainly sell in your area?
Only our area. If some tourists they know they want to use organic, they can buy from my farm.
I see.
Prempavee have a very few customers. She have a small production, and most of them are recurrent. They buy at one time and they continue to buy only from her. And currently, we try to manage to don't sell out because we want to keep these that they are recurrent.
Want to be able to.
But the production is very small. Is almost amatorial. It's not very professional yet. It's just its satisfaction is successful, but it's still a small. It's a small craft grower.
What kind of prices does it cost to buy cannabis there? And if you can, translate that into US dollars, because our audience is here in the United States, you know.
We
Yes.
selling 50 baht.
15 baht?
This start from 50 baht.
50 baht is the
1 gram.
more common price. Is $1.50.
I see.
For local.
1 gram.
If high price, we selling.
But some that are a little bit more special, she sell even up to $10 for 1 gram.
I see. So if someone came to buy,
she have also some variety that are lower than 30 cents for gram.
how many varieties?
They're not well trimmed.
How many varieties?
How many
do you have?
varieties? I think she have around 20 varieties in the menu.
I see.
She grow 2 or 3 plants for each variety with no seed, and then keep this kind of choice on the menu, and they have all kind of prices you can buy. She have some bags like this for some customer that are probably 50 gram 1 bag, and you pay $1. But here we have to say that the local, when they go work, some of them they get paid $10 a day, for a full day of work. So $1 for them is not the same for us.
Right.
It is like, yeah. But she have all the prices for the locals and for the tourists who want something more special too. And even the locals sometimes they buy the more expensive when they have a special moment.
Right.
Yes, sometimes we buy.
What are the names of your varieties?
Gansha from.
Tell some of your ganja. Thai.
This Thai gansha.
Your
We have หางกระรอกหางเสือฝอยทอง
Okay, Hangaro is squirrel tail. Hansua is tiger tail. Foitong, these are Thailand races, are local genetics.
I see. Do you test your cannabis? Do you know your THC level and what is your typical range?
THC we taste from before we taste from our fan in Nakhon Phanom from the beginning. Now we taste from some.
And how much you get with the land race?
With the renders 4 kilo.
No, the THC.
The THC from the beginning we get 15, 16, and 19.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yes.
And you have one harvest a year. When do you harvest? What time of year?
January, February, and March.
Okay, so that's the time.
January, February, March is the
So you
harvest time.
started
Yes.
the first Ganja Cup. Before we started the show, you were showing some of the trophies, and I guess you're at a foundry now that's going to make your trophy the next trophy. Do you want to show our audience your last trophy and your next trophy for this first Ganja Cup in Thailand?
Yes, you want to show the trophy? So you can show.
This model.
That's your new one.
This one.
And so
This is
that's
the
going to
new
be
one.
made in a metal.
Yes. Like this is
Yeah.
the old one.
That's so is that's your first one? And
This was the first one of the championship 2023-2024. And this was we had 3 categories: indoor, outdoor, and land race. And we get 3 trophies: gold, silver, and bronze to each category. And the
I
same
see.
will be this year.
When is it going to be this year? When do you have your
This year is already finished. We have already the winners, but the ceremony of award will be in November.
November? Okay.
Yes.
So if someone wanted to go, they could reach out. What's the best way to reach you?
Firstganjacup.com or prempavee.com. Firstganjacup.com is a forum. They can register a profile and participate in conversation, create new topics, chat groups. We have it's like a platform where you can go register and participate. And Prempavee.com is about the Prempavee Farm, where they can read the blog, the news, and watch the menu, even if they cannot buy, but they can get the feeling of
So how do
it
you
will
judge?
be if it was legal all around the world.
What's your judging process? I don't know if you know, but I have one contest here in America, the Oregon Medical Cannabis Awards and Williams Cup in Southern Oregon, West Coast Awards. But I've now been a judge at many more cups throughout South America and America. How every different cup has a different way for judging. And one in Ecuador, it was myself and 2 women, and we came to a consensus as to what was the best one. We decided in trying the indoors and the outdoors and the edibles, okay, this one's good. Oh, we'll try it, and I like that. But in other places, you judge them on your own, one by one. I was a judge in what's called the Oregon Growers Cup last year, and I had almost all the varieties. I had 179 entries to judge. And so when you have so many, it becomes kind of difficult in a short period of time. You want a longer. Each different cup has different judging criteria. How is the first Ganja Cup judged?
We receive the samples from, I speak more
Okay. More fast. I speak slowly.
We receive the samples from the growers that are registered, and we place them in jars, anonymous, that nobody can know. There is like a letter or a number, and then we repack it inside one box or where there are all the samples, and we send to the judges. And the judges, they don't know who are the growers. They just eventually.
How many judges?
And usually we have we have 21 judges and 10 growers, and each grower, they can send up to three samples, but up to 4 samples, but in reality usually they send 2 or 3, and the judges have 1 month to vote.
That's pretty good for 21 samples.
Yes.
A month gives you time to properly evaluate them.
It's more or less 1 sample per day, and we don't ask to test everything. They have to test only the one they like, because of course, to smoke is something personal. It should not be a job that you have to smoke because you have to finish the samples, no?
Right,
Eh,
right.
and then
When
we
I had
always tell to smoke only the one you like.
when I had 179 samples to go through in 5 days, I first went and looked at the buds, and I decided which ones looked the best. Then out of those, went and picked out the ones that smelled the best, and those were the ones. Out of the 179, I probably judged 30 different ones.
Yeah.
And I found I couldn't try more than 5 samples at a time. It was just, I was too high after 5 samples.
Yes.
Okay, I'd have to wait. But then with the Oregon Medical Cannabis Awards, they would send the flowers out like you do in advance and give the judges about a month to have numerical scores on a number of different topics, like the aroma and the look and the medicinal effect was one of them in the Oregon Medical Cannabis Awards, and that one carried double weight. And so each one does it a little bit differently, though. How did you do it so you've done this cup in Mexico and the
Mexico
United
two
States?
times
How did that
and
work?
United States. Okay, because these are tournament, no, for qualify to the final event. So the
Right.
Tournament, the last edition, that was organized by other groups that they just followed some basic guidelines, like they need to be organic growers, and we had several chats and meetings with organizers to see that more or less we had the same scopes and general more or less same mood, you know, of what we was looking for to judge what is the best flower, and nothing. But later they did as they wanted to do. Same as we leave quite free the judges to use their own system for evaluate. Same with the organizer of the tournaments, because the idea of the first Ganja Cup is that in the future can be organized also without me and Prempavee. We are just here to give some initial guidelines, but later we want this to become an event that is totally independent and decentralized from any kind of potential control or owners or something like that. We don't want to make a company. It's not a company. It's a spontaneous organization of people who have the same, who share the same ideals. That is global legalization, freedom for the prisoner, end of the wars, end of the nation. We are one nation, we are one planet, and we want to realize this in this lifetime. So everybody who have these ideal goals of their own life, they can become organizer of the first Ganja Cup and organize quite freely what they believe is the right way to do. In Mexico, we have had two collaborations. One with Copa Alebrije, is a small collective that they organize these organic ganja cups. They had already experiences, and then with Jalisco, and Jalisco, yes, and so they did with their own style. At the end, they had the winners. We had some interaction with Prempavee, supporting their event and make some communication during the event. And the same was in Ohio. They also invited, but this time the budget was not. In Ohio, we even reached some possible budget to go with Prempavee there, but then was Trump, and was a lot of propaganda about the ICE and the problems that maybe they was arresting even Canadian people. So we get scared. We didn't go. But
I can understand that. I was in Nairobi, Kenya, when Trump became president, when he was inaugurated. And I was working, it's the only time that the United States Department of Agriculture flew a number of us. That it was just about hemp. It wasn't about ganja. And so we went there, and while we were there, Trump was inaugurated. The people who worked with the U.S. Department of Agriculture in the U.S. Embassy there in Kenya, they immediately got letters from Trump telling them you should quit or you're going to be fired. And if you quit, then you get paid through September or something. That was just like a few days after he became president. Like that was one of his top priorities when he took office, was to just, in my opinion, ruin America and, work throughout the world,
I don't know. I am all my life I am confused about what America really is. So it's very hard to tell. It's very hard to know even if a president have any kind of power or it has or it hasn't. We don't really know. It's hard to judge.
So you're from Italy? Are you from Italy, or where are you from, Lorenzo?
Italy. I grew up in Tuscany.
Oh, okay.
I am from the Chianti. We make good red wine in my area, and also good ganja, but it's illegal and we cannot tell to anybody.
Yeah, I understand. we lived in that. People often ask me these days, how did you get started in the ganja industry, the cannabis industry? And I said, well, it wasn't an industry. It was a criminal enterprise and a political movement. So that's what we started with. It wasn't some, public corporation or anything. So I went to school in China for 2 years, and I imported hemp paper and hemp fabric into the United States back in the 90s. I worked with Don Wertschafter. You must have met there in Ohio. And he sold a lot of the products that I brought back from China, but he had a lot of other sources as well. I was just a small supplier, but of hemp paper, that was my primary product from 1988 to 1998. But I'm fascinated by each country's history of cannabis and how it fits into their worldview. For instance, in China, cannabis is associated with funeral processes, and everyone wears hemp when a relative dies, and they have ceremonies that involve hemp and burning hemp paper to their ancestors. And if you look in Japan, hemp and cannabis are one of the two sacred plants in their Shinto religion. And when the new emperor of Japan is coronated, they have to have a sacred hemp harvest. And one family in Japan has been cultivating hemp for the imperial family, the royal family, since 800 AD. So more than 1,300 years. And they harvest the hemp in a sacred manner. It was actually when a new emperor was coronated in Japan, the hemp harvest was covered on television across the country. And then it's processed into thread and then fabric and then into clothing that's worn by the new emperor in their coronation ceremony, the rice ceremony. So tell me first, I'd like to hear about the history of hemp in Thailand. What is the history that is cannabis tied into spirituality in Thailand at all?
Hemp in Thailand.
Yeah, hemp and cannabis. I consider them the same thing.
Musician in the north, this area I don't know about in musician. I know only Queen of Rama King Nai. She support farmer for make clothes, everything. She support farmer. They have a big
Queen have a very big foundation for the development and research about hemp product since very long time. But yes, they make the dress, they make a lot of product, all the product that you can make, but it is not. It's not popular, but they make. But it's not. Later you go to supermarket and you found that product. It's just a niche. They survive through this foundation of the Queen.
I see.
But
I visited Olivia's shop there in Bangkok for hemp products. I know she has a rural village that produces hemp products for her, but it's not the ganja, it's not the flowers, it's the fiber primarily.
and then in medicine, the Thai medicine have the cannabis inside their books. Is one of the herbs they have, and then in the 60s and the 70s it was very famous for the black market. Especially the area of Prempavee, particularly the village of Prempavee, it was Ponsawan, the district of Prempavee was considered one of the main exporter, globally speaking. That was exporting tons and tons to all the world. Yes.
So Lorenzo, I give presentations about hemp and cannabis, and I often talk about a cathedral on the island of Sicily in Palermo. Have you ever heard of the Monreale Cathedral on the island of Sicily in Palermo?
Not really.
There's a church there, the Monreale Cathedral in Palermo, that has about 1,500 pieces of art, gold leaf art, under glass. And so it was built in 1100 AD, so about 900 years ago. And out of those depictions from the Bible, about 100 of them depict cannabis, and they depict God and Jesus with cannabis. And it shows Jesus healing the sick. And there's a 3-panel picture of Eve with the apple tree in the garden and the snake. The next picture shows Eve giving the apple to Adam. In the next picture, the cannabis plant appears between Adam and Eve. And God is there, and God's not happy. And the snake is slithering away. So this was a way, back when this was created 900 years ago, very few people could read and write. So pictures were the primary way that people could be told a story. But hemp was considered kind of the tree of knowledge. And if you go to Egypt, ancient Egypt, they have a goddess in Egypt called Sheshet, who's the goddess of wisdom and education. And she is always depicted like me with the marijuana leaf above her head. And so she was good. The idea that cannabis was associated with learning and wisdom was pretty profound there about 1,000 years ago. So I am interested if the history there in Thailand, what cannabis was, how it was considered, if it had any spiritual connections, or if you ever heard of anything like this in your Tuscany region of Italy.
No, honestly, no. What I always like to think about Thailand and cannabis is that, especially the Prempavee area, there is the Mekong. So it's said that the cannabis plant is originated probably in the Tibetan plateau, and the Mekong River start on the Tibetan plateau and pass exactly here near the farm of Prempavee, and is the fourth longest river of
I one time flew from Kunming to Bangkok when I went to school in China. So I flew right over Cambodia and the Mekong River.
So we can assume that if the theory of the Tibetan plateau has the origin of the cannabis, we can assume that the next place is the north of Thailand, where and China, and then the north of Thailand, where the ganja has begun, the original sativas, in reality, if you go to study, probably also the original indicas, but then the indica terminology doesn't reflect because they are thin-leafed. There was indicas, but thin-leafed. So that is something in the community. One day we will have to start to talk about the indica is only the fat, the broad leaf, or is also the thin leaf. Yeah. But
So,
yeah.
how did you come to start the first Ganja Cup? What led to that? And was it first just in Thailand before you started having, or did you immediately have these regional events in other countries to lead up to the one in Thailand?
No, it has become very, very small locally, of course.
Uh-huh.
And was it this? You can tell why.
Yes.
She was telling before.
From the beginning, I get a new or some message or email or from Cannabis Phuket Cup. They want us go there and make also like a register flower. But I have only outdoor organic, but they only accept only indoor. Later I cannot go.
Yes, they don't take her flower because it was outdoor. They was accepting, and this was kind of the first big cannabis event of Thailand at that time. They put 1 million baht of first place. That like was considered, but they didn't take Prempavee flowers because it was outdoor.
Then after that, we talk about this story, and later I tell him why we don't make the organic because they don't accept us, and why we don't make. And then we start to make our cup.
That was at the beginning about outdoor organic.
So the one that's coming up, is that going to be your second awards?
This is the second awards, yes. Because we begin with a very small event for like rebel to this only indoors, and from that the people they was very happy, and they start to ask to make more, and then we start to make one every month, and then after 4 months they asked to make also indoor, and so we started to make also indoor, and we had the first year we had. And at one point we was like in the 10th, 12th tournament. We decided to make the final, and so we had almost 24 events the first 2 years. A lot, like it was like and the final event, and then the second year we already try to plan little bit the program, and we opened it to other countries, because our hope was to be able to receive flowers from other countries, because for a while was not a criminal offense, but during the making they put some new regulation and limitation. It was not anymore the case to receive the flowers from other countries, so that part of the project somehow has been blocked, but we managed to make anyway the events, and we got the final and yes, then this is the second edition of the second championship, about 2 years long, many events with it.
Did you go to Mexico for those events in Mexico?
No, we didn't travel. We did the online.
I was a judge at the Jalisco Cup 3 different years. And so they have a little rooster trophy there. It's like a chicken, and so, but it's, and apparently that's the name of a joint. In the Spanish word for rooster is the same word they use for a marijuana cigarette or joint. So it's that explains their trophies there. But how did you communicate with Mexico? How did you get them to participate?
We have this Instagram profile.
Yeah, I was looking at that just before the show. We'll put the link here online. You've got 2 Instagram pages. It looks like
Prempavee.ganja is the first profile of Prempavee, and then she have Prempavee.cup that is more specific for the cup. But it is also a sort of backup of and from Instagram we become friends with like-minded people from other countries, And then we had our own website where we write down about the Prempavee first Ganja Cup, how it works, how to participate also from other countries. And those who were interested, they read this explanation and they send us one email with a request to become organizers or participants, like that.
I see. I see. So what is your future plan? You have the awards this year in November. What are you going to do after that? Are you going to work on a third? It's like, is it a 2-year cycle?
Now we are not sure.
Not sure because the law.
We are not
change.
sure. Prempavee is not convinced that she want to make every 2 years. Probably we move and we make every 4. And also to be fair, we don't want to make the first Ganja Cup all the life. We want to make only until there is not enough other people who are making. So if one day somebody come and steal the Ganja Cup from us, we are very happy. And they you know, they can even change the trophy, they can change the name. Important is to keep the main concept and figure out how we can normalize the cannabis all around the world. And the event itself, it is useful to also to understand that, like, why we cannot meeting to smoke and discuss about ganja, why we cannot ship in the ganja nationally but also internationally. Well, why not? Why I cannot send one bag with 50 grams of ganja? I don't say the kilos, but at least personal use to my friend in Italy. Or why did we have people in the jail for cannabis? It's like, me personally, I'm against to the jail even for the murders. But aside that, why we have the people in the jail for cannabis? It's like long sentences. It's not they are in the jail for 1 week, 2 weeks. That maybe okay if really somebody don't like that in some state, but we have people for years in jail for
no doubt.
So we have to find a way to get done with this. We cannot go with the lawyers every time. We really need the change in society, like this happened in Thailand, and that was the first motivation that we had also to make the farm, was for the prisoner, because we was not really into cannabis too much. We don't. Me as young, I always smoked a lot in my life. Prempavee, she doesn't have problems with the cannabis, but at the time I was a yoga teacher. Then I was not smoking since 7 years, and we did this for the prisoners, because when we see that for over 4,000 people have been released in one day, we watch in the eye and we said we want to be part of this, we want to support this, and this have to make it happen all around the world. And this way,
it's all about money and power and the continued centralization of economic and political control. You know, the people who made marijuana illegal, a friend of mine who passed away in 2012, a Kentucky attorney, said his name was Gatewood Galbraith, and I've picked up this line from him. But the people who brought us marijuana prohibition are the petrochemical, pharmaceutical, military, industrial, transnational, corporate, elite, fascist sons of a bitches. And they made up this myth about marijuana being a deadly drug that obviously isn't true, but that's how they criminalized it. And they put it into international treaties just so it wouldn't compete with the pharmaceutical, wood pulp paper, and petrochemical industries, because cannabis will vastly change those industries and decentralize wealth in those industries when it is free from the shackles of this outrageous, illogical, and dishonest prohibition that is all around the world. And so I'm happy to hear that you're also working to try to end that in Thailand and in Italy as well. I mean, it'd be good if we could all share our products with each other, you know.
In Italy now they legalize the medical use, no? So if you have the doctor prescription, the doctor ID card, you can have flowers from the pharmacy, but the only producer that is allowed to produce THC is the army, is the Italian army in Florence. They have this greenhouse. So you smoke the flowers from the army.
The army's greenhouse in Florida.
For sure.
That's kind of like the United States. We had medical marijuana, but only for a handful of people, and it was all grown at the University of Mississippi and processed in North Carolina, where they process tobacco, and they supplied it to a very small number of people. Then they discontinued the program 35 years ago, but the people who were already on it continued to get cannabis. There's only one left out of the people who got it when they discontinued it 35 years ago. But so what's the next step for you? You know, we're coming down to just about 3 minutes left. What would you like to say in closing?
What do you like to say, Tom, in the close of the show? Because we finish. We speak almost 1 hour. What do you want to say?
We've got about 3 minutes left.
Okay. I want to support the people who grow gansha organic, and I want everywhere around the world free gansha. Don't make people go to the jail.
Yes, and then if you want to be an active part of this together with us, the tool that we put at disposition of everybody is the forum, firstganjacup.com, with the number one ST ganjacup.com. Or if you want to have it to remember, Prempavee, you put Prempavee on Google, you will find it. And register, make a profile, be active there, help us to make this real. And because I know there are many other people that are doing this, but we are all separate, and many times we feel kind of alone. But so we created these tools to unify and to back up also, because in the internet we have all this banning and censorship about cannabis in YouTube. So let's create a platform where at least we can back up. Maybe we don't become big like YouTube or Instagram, but at least we can save our data and storage our content in a way that is practical, that is not addictive, but is useful. So come to the Prempavee app and support.
All right. Well, I want to thank
We will support you.
Make our community strong.
All right. Well,
make our community strong.
I agree. Well, I want to thank you. So if our audience wants to reach you, you just said firstganjacup.com. That's
First Ganjacup.
So that's the best forum to talk on. Well, I want to thank you for coming on here today. We've had Prempavee. Oh, what's that? Oh, your shirt.
Prempavee. First Ganjacup. First Ganjacup.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And show the front of yours there.
And this one?
This is hemp made.
This from hemp.
Oh, it's a hemp shirt.
And this.
All right. All right.
And these she has several
That's
t-shirts.
pretty. Well, maybe our audience might pick them up on your online shipping.
Yeah, she even give out every month one free t-shirt to the best picture of the month in the forum.
Oh, okay.
So
well, I have some pictures I'll show you here. All right. Well, thank you, Prempavee, and thank you, Lorenzo in Thailand. We appreciate you coming on our show, and keep working to restore hemp. Good night.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.